Your financial partners, Don and Gino.
For our 4th of July special. We're hoping that you and your family have a very safe and fun holiday, of course, and we thank you for joining us on this fine Thursday. We have a great show here, backed by popular demand. Actually, he is a regular on our 4th of July special. I just reminded him of it. He's like, oh, that's right, I was here last 4th of July, huh? Mr. Bob Kellar, 3-time mayor, current council member, veteran, CHP, for 25 years.
LAPD, got to correct you on that one.
Careful. I
got to watch you like a hawk.
Don, you've gotten better at the name hacking. Now you're just a job hacker.
I thought I actually had it all memorized right, but I even had LAPD here.
I see it on the cheat sheet.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Bob, for joining us, buddy.
Oh, it's an honor. Thank you.
Very cool. And Bob's here. We're going to talk a little bit about real estate because this is our real estate hour, and Bob's great to be part of that conversation. A longtime owner of Kellar Davis Real Estate right here in Santa Clarita. And also then we'll roll into the last couple of segments about a lot going on in SEV. And Bob's like, I got so much we can talk about because there's a lot going on right here in your community that we want to touch on with Bob. And Bob will get a little insight about what you should know about the community you live in and that we love and are part of. So we'll start off. We'll give you a little bit of ideas of what's going on in real estate today. And one of them is going to be, first thing we got to yell out is, we warned you. Because remember, we've been pretty good. I mean, we have a little crystal ball on our table here because so far we've been ahead of the game by a few months, usually 3 to 6 months, on what's going on in the markets, especially in the real estate markets and interest rate markets. And we're not geniuses. We just watch the numbers every single week, and most people don't. So we understand trends, and we see them happening well before the media does. The media usually gets information that's either 2 weeks old or possibly 2 months old. And by the time it gets sent to you, it's either old news or glorified news. They pump it up any direction they want just to help make you listen. So we warned you a little while ago because the market slowed down, and everybody went, oh, we're going into a bubble. And I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait and sell my home or purchase my home because the market is dead. And we warned you that it was going to pick back up this spring and into summer. And it was going to get hot. And it's going to make your job difficult if you're trying to purchase your new home. And everybody's going, oh, it's slow. I'm going to wait till prices go down more and interest rates go down more. And we warned you not to do that because rates are going to inch back up, and price is going to start inching back up, and the competition is going to increase tenfold in the summer like it always does. Again, we're not geniuses, huh, Gino?
No, and in fact, one of the things is you mentioned that we look at numbers and we look at reports and we look at trends. Yeah, we look at all those, but most importantly, we talk to a lot of real estate agents on a daily basis. That's our job, is to speak to real estate agents. So when the market changes, we find out pretty quickly. When we start writing pre-approval letters for our buyers and they get beat out on properties and there's multiple offer situations and we see the prices being upbid, when we start seeing those things happen, it'll be 3 to 4 months after we see that in the street before it makes it onto a national media report. And I can tell you that we saw a little blip in spring. I didn't quite hold. It actually cooled off a little more than I expected. But now the last, I'm going to say month.
Yeah.
The last 30 days, I am seeing a dramatic change. There are red folders all over our office, purchases all over the place. People are buying homes. People are competing for homes. People are offering more than what the homes will appraise for again. So it's become a very interesting market once again. And the little bit of extra inventory that we have, the good ones, they'll be absorbed quickly.
All right, I'm going to ask Bob's opinion on this because what does this mean to you? If you're trying to purchase your first home or purchase your next home, which you should do before prices go back up, because we're still a good 13% below our peak, or actually 16% below our peak prices when they hit peak. So we're not even there yet. What this means to you is if you want to be successful in purchasing your first home or your next home and you're afraid of the competition, as you should be, how do I get my offer accepted? And Bob, the best way I can see is two things. One, work with a local, well-respected, well-connected real estate agent, as well as a local, well-respected, well-connected, and accountable lender that will increase your odds of getting your offer accepted when you're going against the competition. Am I right?
You're absolutely right, 100%. If you haven't got your ducks lined out, you're going to have problems, I'll tell you right now. And you really do need to get the services of people that do this on a regular basis. I see so many people that would like to try and say, I don't need a realtor, I can do this on my own. I'll work with the other side and put a deal together. Anyway, you're just asking for problems beyond belief if you do that. So first things first, you indicated realtor, lender. I'm going to reverse that role.
Mm-hmm.
Get with the lender first. Find out where you're at. And I always tell people there are two numbers that you can be comfortable with. I said, you go get with a lender. They will tell you what you qualify for in the way of a purchase price on a home. Figure X, whatever it is, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then the other number is what you, as a consumer, are comfortable with, which typically will be obviously a lower number. But I think it's equally important that people work within their comfort zone. So I never necessarily encourage people, oh yeah, well, if they've qualified you for $450,000, we're going to go find you a $450,000 house. No? Okay, you can go that high, but what's your comfort level?
It's good you asked that question instead of potentially trying to increase commissions, because, of course, the higher the sale price, the higher the commission. But you're a consumer advocate for everything you do, Bob. And obviously your office, your professionals that work with you at Kellar Davis, it's good that you guys are about what's important to the consumer and your clients.
And it is, absolutely. And I tell the agents when they come on board from day one, the client that we're working for is on the pedestal. Everything we do is to be determined as what is their best interest, what we can possibly do to do what's right for that client. Our payday will be a natural byproduct. We do a good job,
I love that.
It'll be there. But if you start making your decisions as an agent, either in the lending field or any of the other fields in real estate, and it's all predicated on what's going to be your bottom line, I will tell you, it's just a matter of time you're going down.
Yep, absolutely agree with that. And, you know, as we were talking, I remember that last year you mentioned there was a particular scenario with a home that was dramatically overpriced. And, you know, Don and I just mentioned that some people there's a very competitive real estate market out there. However, some people don't feel that way because their home's been sitting for quite some time. And I've seen some, you know, real estate agents having some difficulty moving some properties.
No, I've experienced that.
Yeah.
and you bet.
Well, I think we did go through a slow time, and I think that our sellers, and we've talked about this a little bit, our sellers became a little over-ambitious in what they were looking to get for their properties because they wanted to have continuous gains over the last sale. And I think we finally reached the point in affordability that once people work with professionals saying, okay, that's what you max qualify for, but let's come down a step from that, and here's where you should be comfortable so that you're not house poor, because we're not encouraging that in any way, shape, or form. So we're right at that point where I think affordability and prices have kind of met, and that's what we're actually seeing is a more normal market. You've been in the business a really long time. Would you say this is probably the first time in the last decade you see a more normal market?
I'm not quite, Gino, convinced that we're at normal yet.
Okay.
I'm being upfront with you. I am seeing an improving market, and I have seen the market improving since about 2010, 11 for our company, Kellar Davis, and that's not to be confused with Keller Williams. That becomes a little factor here in South Korea. But nevertheless, 11 was an improvement, 12 over 11, and so on. And this year is continuing. Our numbers at our company are showing about a 10% increase this year if we continue to hold where we are so far. That's encouraging. Mm-hmm. But the other side of the coin is, I mean, if people are listening to our radio show here and take the time to watch a little bit of the news, and particularly at a national level, a lot can happen in a short period of time. That's not trying to scare people away. I honestly,
I agree.
I'm an eternal optimist. And if this is the time to go buy a home. Because I got to tell you, I've seen people wait their whole lives waiting for it to be just right, and they subsequently missed out on everything.
Yeah.
See, sometimes you have to just say, you know what, we can afford this at this price today. It's something we've always wanted to do. It'll be better for our children, whatever the circumstances are.
And we always
go for it.
Yeah, and I agree. We're a big proponent as well as yours, Bob, that we're trying to educate all of you out there to take action because it's a great time. I have I can pretty much almost never have I seen somebody upset about home ownership. There's nothing like home ownership. When you get those keys to your own home and can decorate it and do what you want to do to that home and fix it up, there's nothing like it. And course, Bob Kellar and Kellar Davis. Real estate is a great avenue to work with that. We're going to talk more with Bob about a little bit more about real estate, mostly about what's going on in your city right now. Because Councilman Bob Kellar is going to help us out with that because he's in the know, and you should be too. When we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate Finance Show.